tonight, you will see 5 brave, misguided writer types battling it out for short fiction supremacy. Literary Upstart! Her story, Life Cam. Put your hands together for Ms. Jenny Hapler.
We are told the sea monkeys need a special place to live. They are handed out 3 per plastic sandwich bag to our teenage mother's preparation class. Brenda, my only friend from the outside, who is 6 months pregnant and still not showing, does a quick scan of the room. The vision boards with Hillary and Angelina and Oprah, the cradle dioramas, our oblivious teacher with her iron 3-piece suit and ponytailed gray hair, and plops the bag in her purse. I'm more careful. My sea monkeys are already batting at each other like angry siblings. On the way back to my room, I hold them up to the sunlight, which leaks in over the chain link fence we sometimes scale to get to the Pacific Ocean. Inside, there's nothing better than the prospect of that ocean, so we don't take things for granted. Our rooms are 10 by 12, so we'll learn how to maximize space. And when I get back to mine, I separate the monkeys into cereal bowls, pouring carefully so they don't bite me. I label them red, green, blue, hoping they'll feel special, and I put them by the window so that they'll get light. What do you think sea monkeys eat? I asked Brenda. I've Skyped her one building over, but I can't see her. She likes to give the impression of always being absent and has her laptop facing a poster of the Washington State Ballet. Wig probably, piss probably, Brenda calls. She's 4 months older than me and thinks that means she knows more. I put my hands over the bowl so the monkeys can't hear. They're little gray shrimp sperm, Justine. Not these guys, I say. These guys will grow, I'll prove it. I take her silence to mean she's doing yoga, crushing Brenda Jr., or Bradley if it's a boy in Superman pose. Since the outside, Brenda's had this habit of shaking good intentions and distorting them. Once she decided to sanitize the bathroom floor and use so much Lysol everyone slipped. You're not supposed to put pressure on your stomach, I say, watching Monkey Blue explore the bottom of his bowl. You're supposed to sleep and eat dairy. Have you thought about Greek yogurt? The cafeteria has Greek yogurt labeled good for you, frozen yogurt much less good for you. Plates divided up like airplane food and at least 2 compartments filled with green. Don't tell me how to raise my kid, Brenda says. My stepdad, Dallas, calls me from the road. He makes a living selling vitamin supplements, and every summer there's this big convention, and he comes home with a suitcase of new samples, and we, minus my mother, have a party with them just for kicks. Among the things we've discovered, flu medicine makes your nails grow faster, and calcium tablets, if you take too many, turn your skin totally white. How's my favorite pregnant stepkid, Dallas asks. He's from Seattle, same as me, but because of his name, he speaks with a slight southern drawl. They got you doing 50 pull-ups yet? That's not the point. We come here because of petty crimes, promiscuity, social anxiety. We have classes in accountability and deadlines. We learn how to operate ovens without putting our body parts anywhere near them. We learn how to sit without hunching. Glossy Life Camp brochure says we'll learn how to initiate flirtation without being too pushy or going too far. Yeah, Dallas says. One of these days your mother will tell me the point. Or not, I say, and Dallas laughs. Dallas asks, do you remember what I liked as a baby? This is sort of a trick question. Dallas knows. Usually I'm trying to figure out how long he's known my mother, the constant mystery of before or after my father died. But this time I really want an answer. You're asking the wrong person, doll, Dallas says, voice tight. He gets the kind of angry that throws things. Well, okay, but my mom has told you, right? What were things I really liked? I don't have a clue. Applesauce, teddy bears, baby beluga, and the deep blue sea. I don't know, Justine. You're a good kid, but sometimes you piss me off. Even with sunlight and music and the Google recommended diet of mint leaves, the monkeys don't really thrive until they hit their 4th week. Then I start to see differences in their faces. Monkey red has a wide forehead. Monkey green has not grown his wrinkles. Monkey blue is smaller than the others with these great pointy ears like an alien. They've gotten bigger too and need to be transferred to mason jars I decorate with stickers. They've always been well behaved, but the first thing they do is try to get out. Can't you see they don't like it, Brenda says? I glare. Brenda's stretching on my floor in a blue spandex gymsuit, black hair spiked into a ponytail, a candy cigarette in one hand and a can of tab in the other. She's gotten even skinnier if that's possible. The monkeys like watching her. Whenever she's here, they put on a show. Not shrimp, I say, actual monkeys. I've accomplished something here, which is more than I can say for her. I'm scrunched in my bed, and so I point. They actually have faces, voila, see? Brenda rolls over to the jars and taps on them. Hello, monkeys, Brenda says. Hello, pals. That's all it takes. Monkey red and monkey green flip around like dolphins, while monkey blue, my favorite to be honest, does this little underwater tap dance. Then she shoots her leg up in the air with this crazy grace she catches it. The monkeys go nuts, tiny mouths wide with excitement, arms pressed against the glass, like they've been waiting to see her all day. I don't ask what happened to hers. For our final, we're supposed to bring back the sea monkeys, and whoever has the healthiest and least gray will get 10 points towards the weekend pass, which means 2 days with Mom and Dallas, and if I'm lucky, he'll still have loot from his Vegas trip. The rest of the class is basically slapped off. They bring the monkeys back the way they got them, a little puffier and angrier, as if you don't have to help them, things grow on their own. Our teacher makes marks on a check sheet, and this is the part she didn't tell us. After she's finished grading, she takes them away. Monkey Blue looks at the shopping cart they're piled in. Then he looks up at me, ears even pointier, eyes bulged as far as possible for a creature with a half-inch face. What can you do without me? They're not blank slates anymore, so where will they go? Our teacher kneels in front of him. She wants to know if they were misbehaved, which I say they weren't. She wants to know how much time I spent with them, how many hours they slept each night, if I gave them treats when they were good. I point out they're the biggest by far. They've got color in their faces, they're happy, they're healthy, they thrived in their surroundings. I hate to say this, the teacher says, pushing reading glasses up her stiff gray hair. But you coddled them. You gave them too much love. You didn't let them fend for themselves. Brenda has a hand over her mouth, and I can't tell if she's suppressing a yawn or a smirk. If it's a smirk, I'll kick her. The teacher reaches for the monkeys. I block her away. She doesn't fight me. She gives me plastic sandwich bags. Apparently, if I don't complete the assignment by turning them in, my mother might not let me leave. The teacher pats my arm and says I'm looking peppier, which isn't how I feel. My stomach is bowling ball swollen, and there might as well be a piano on my back. The next day, Brenda and I get up 2 hours early. We slip the mason jars under the chain link fence, me slogging up one side and down the other, Brenda flinging herself over. Then, somehow, we're at the Pacific Ocean, one of those spots with too much brush. When we were kids, we came here and let waves crash into us, water fill our ears. Before sunrise, it's totally calm and totally blue. Come on, Brenda says. We get the monkeys in their mason jars. We let them float, water rushing in and out, getting used to the idea. And then the sun peeks over the horizon and Brenda and I say the same thing, stop stalling. And then we tip them over, and then we set them free. Thank you.
Jenny's story was called Life Camp, and you have no idea how many stories we've had over the years that have tried to illustrate the fragility of life through the care of novelty aquarium animals. One, that's it. This was the one. And so, judges liked the story a lot. On the page, they liked it. They felt, this isn't to say they didn't like the performance, but I'm just getting to the good things about when they read it. They felt that the story had a lot of economy and moved very quickly, that a lot happened. It had a lot of detail, a lot of well-managed detail. And one judge, only one of the four, felt like it moved too quickly in the reading for them to really absorb it. And the other three said to that judge, well, maybe you're slow. The judges felt like the characters were drawn very quickly and economically, not just Justine, the main character, but two judges in particular singled out her stepfather, and they liked the idea that the story had this sort of talent for the quick look in with the detail and then this lasting after image. The way he had an accent based on his name, not where he was from, they liked that. They liked the part where he gets the kind of angry that throws things. So there was a lot of character description that worked very well for them. One of the judges wondered if you've ever actually seen real sea monkeys, because they don't have faces. It didn't matter to them. It didn't affect the story. We, for your own life, wanted to clear that up. It reminded one of the judges about a story that we had a couple of years ago about these teens who had sort of disaster preparedness exercises. And that story in its time, 2009 or whatever, was very highly beloved by the panel of judges. So some of the goodwill from that story transferred over to your story, which this particular judge also liked. Oh, and there was a slight gender divide in this story, just slight, not enough to affect anything, but the women on the panel, I think, on average, slightly liked it more than the men, maybe 3 or 4%. Sometimes that happens. So that's Jenny's story, Life Camp. Thank you very much.